Hi and Assalamualaikum everyone. My name is Ainun or Annisa Binti Azmi, and today we will be exploring the science behind good sound. So everyone here most probably have their own favorite song or sounds, right? Have you ever wondered why do you like this song? Why do you like this sound? And what make it very enjoyable to listen to? Today, we're going to dive into the science of what makes a good sound and why we find certain sound is very pleasing to our ears. When we talk about good sound, we're actually exploring the fascinating mix of physics, biology, and psychology. Scientists have been studying why some sound are universally pleasing or generally pleasing and why the others are not as pleasing. So, let's break down what makes good sound in five key elements. The first key element is harmonic frequencies. Harmony happens when sound have frequencies that are multiples to each other, of each other. This type frequency will create a rich and full sound. This is why, for example, acoustic guitar sounds warm and rich, while random noises sounds chaotic to our ears. Fun fact, scientists even think harmonic in music tap into the same pleasure circuits as eating chocolate. So, literally speaking, harmonic-rich sound feel good to our brain, just like how chocolate feel good to our taste bud. So, to visualize how harmonic frequency works, you can imagine you are tossing a pebble into a point, one pebble, and then it will create ripples that spread evenly, right? That is a single pure sound frequency. And if you throw several pebbles into the points at regular intervals, it will create ripples that overlap with each other beautifully and in order. That's what harmonic frequencies are like. They are multiple sound waves that blends together so that they can create a pleasing sound. The second key element is dynamic range and loudness. Ever notice songs that start off soft and then it gets louder? It gives us like a wow effect. That's what we call dynamic range. It is the difference between the quietest to the loudest sound. Our brain really loves that contrast because it can create emotion and engagement towards the music or the sound. For example, you can think of classical music. It has ups and downs in volume. On the other hand, pop song, it starts with mellow rhythm and beats, and then it builds up towards the end. It is all about keeping us engaged by changing the loudness of the sound. But disclaimer, there is a limit to adjust loudness because if it's too loud all the time, that means there's no dynamic range, right? So it's gonna be exhausting to the listener. Great music need to have perfect balance of soft and loud. The third key element is clarity and distortion. Imagine listening to your favorite song, but you are using an old and crackling speaker. Distortion or unwanted noise will make it harder to enjoy or to even understand what the music is about. If you ever had a phone call with someone and the voice get cut in and out, you know how frustrating that is, right? So this is why clear sound is important because it helps us to focus and make the listening effortless so that our brain doesn't work hard for it. Interestingly, some music like rock or punk, they use distortion intentionally. Why? Because they want to create a raw and intense sound. But outside of that context, clarity is a key for in creating a good sound. Moving on to the fourth element, which is timbre. What is timbre? We also call timbre as sound color. It is what make each instrument or voice sound unique. Think of how violin sound different from piano, even if we play the same note. That is what we call timbre. Timbre is also why you can tell apart your mom's voice from your friend's voice over a call. It is a complex mix of tones that make each sound unique. In fact, our brain really good at telling apart this difference between in timbres. It is of the reason why good music, good sound with a great timbre can capture our attention. The last element is cultural and psychological factors. Did you know that different culture have different sound preferences? For example, Western listener, they generally love harmonious and consonant sound. Consonant sound is a pleasant combination of notes. While for Eastern listener, they listen to dissonant sound. Dissonance is clashing of notes. It's like go here and there a little. So when a Western listener, if they listen to Eastern music, it will become unfamiliar to their ears. It's like how some people love jazz and the other prefer classical. It's all shaped by what we are used to listen. We used to listen when we grow up, our preference. Good sound is partly universal, but it is also personal and cultural. This means that while there are universal aspects to good sound, our personal experiences and background play a big role in what we find pleasing. So, to wrap up, a good sound involves a lot more than just volume or beat. It's about harmonic that bring richness, dynamic range that create emotion, clarity for effortless listening, unique timbres, and also cultural lens that shape what we find pleasing. The next time you listen to music, you can ask yourself, what makes this sound so good to me? Is it the harmony or the dynamic or maybe a little bit of distortion? Thank you for joining me on this sonic journey. I hope you leave here with a lot more appreciation toward the science of sound and what makes it so enjoyable to your ears. Thank you for listening. If you have any question, feel free to ask.
Okay, I have a question for you. Why do some songs always get stuck in our head?
Okay, Isma, thank you for the question. So you asked about why certain sound get stuck in our head, right? Okay. So I've read about it before, about this. We call this phenomenon as uh earworm, if I'm not mistaken. It happens because our brain prefer repetitive and song or sound that have patterns. So if there is a song that have strong harmonics, it is very harmonics. it has simple melodies, or even have catchy music, it will activate a memory circuit in our brain. And this will make it stick or stuck in our head. The repetition is also very important because it will also trigger the circuit to be looping in our mind. I hope that answer your question. Any other question?
Yeah, I have a question. So like why does like the music sound better in like some spaces, like some like the concert halls? Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Edka. So, why do music sound better in some places? And you asked about concert hall, right? The key point for that question is acoustics. So if you ask what is acoustic, it is a behavior, how sound behave in a place. So in place like concert halls, they are designed to enhance the sound quality. How they do this? They will reduce the distortion. So, um, hold on. Okay. They ensure that harmonic frequencies can be blend perfectly. You remember I explained about harmonic frequencies about the pebbles in the ponds, right? So it will the frequency will blend together. Yeah, no, sorry. The concert hall will be designed to ensure that the harmonic frequency is perfectly blend together so that when the sound wave come to our ears, it will create a pleasing and good quality sound. So yeah, that's it for my answer. Thank you for answering. I hope that answer your question.
Can I ask a question? Why do some people like loud music while others find it annoying?
Oh, okay, that's a good question. Thank you, Asha. So why do some people prefer loud music and others find it like very annoying? So there's a few factors why people like loud music or hate it. Well, the first factor could be personal preferences, or it could be about their listening habits, and even about our own brain sensitivity towards the music. So people who likes loud music, it could be because okay, in loud music there's strong bass, right? So this strong bass, it can feel energizing for some because it can activate our natural body rhythm and this will trigger the release of dopamine. However, why do some people find this annoying or find loud music overwhelming? It could be because the music is have too much use of distortion or um the the song does not have enough dynamic range that to create balance to the loudness. So when people hear, they will feel like too overwhelming and too much for them. I hope that answer your question. Thank you. Is there any other question? No? Okay. So that's all for me. Thank you.